If you are a mom, you will feel something if you go travel for 2 months. Of course, I love my dogs, but I feel if I were to travel for 2 months, I won't feel as bad as leaving a human child at home for 2 months.
Okay, so maybe we go on to... Actually, this is kind of like the main question. So the whole reason why we have this podcast, right? Okay, so the inspiration behind this was because there was this news report that came out that said many people nowadays prefer to keep pets compared to, having children. So I'm very curious to know what your thoughts on that. As someone who is like a very avid animal lover, right? Do you also share the same sentiment? Or maybe you have your own opinions on, this kind of trend that's ongoing now?
Okay, for myself, I like kids, but after seeing my sister's kids, I'm a bit maybe halfway there. I don't really know if I want kids. I mean, I don't mind having my own, but I am not insistent. Some people, like, if they don't have kids, they die one, right? They do IVF, they do a lot of things. But for me, I think if I don't have, at least I have something else to love. If really don't have, I am okay to keep dog. I mean, my partner wants kid. But for me, is if you really can't have one, it's a give and take lah. If I don't have kids, actually I'll be richer, right?
I don't know, but the way you describe like very chores, yeah.
But it's like and more freedom in that sense. I don't need to think about legacy. You just imagine, no kids.
You cannot estate plan to your dog lah.
I mean, think that much. Then after a dog, if I really tahan already, then stop lah. You have a stop. But once you have a kid, that commitment is very long. I want my own kids. I still enjoy having kids around me. Like my nieces and nephew come back every weekend. But I would say if I have a choice, if I can have a kid, I run. But actually, my friends around me, I only have one friend with a kid. All my dog friends, I only have one friend. The rest, I'm very sure they probably don't want kids.
But I feel that it's just once you have a dog, right, you get enough of that same stimulus. Because some people are not that big into the whole motherhood thing. They just want to have somebody to love, somebody who is wanting their attention so that they can direct it someplace. It's not necessarily a kid. Because you compare to like dog and kid, right? You don't need send to school. Right, that's one thing. That one already one thing. The dog cannot go to the police because it cannot take drugs. It cannot do crime. Right?
Your kids,
all the tai chi things, right? All the kids can do, it cannot. The kid cannot even illegally vape when he's in secondary school. So you got no problem.
Your dog can bite. Then you also pay.
Yeah, but your kid can also go and slam people, then after go and 坐牢20年. The thing is that there are a lot more problems that a kid can potentially have.
People who want kids don't think about problems, right? You interviewed Yan Ling previously, so you will know.
Because you haven't encountered the problem yet.
People don't think about the problem. People tell me it's intangible joy. Yes, they take out a lot of your time, take out your sleep, take out your money, take out a lot of things. Like, I've heard both sides of the story. Some people are saying like, well, having a kid is crazy. Like, weekends is no longer mine. I can't even eat a proper meal. All my meals are like in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but they're still happy.
True lah.
It's that kind of joy they can't explain, but the trade-off is huge lah. I mean, undeniably, it's definitely huge. You can't, your friend just ask you, tonight I want to go and drink or not? Cannot. Tomorrow I watch movie? Cannot. My kid waiting for me at home. I went out 2 days already, your partner waiting at home. It's like all these things, you suddenly cannot be so carefree. Your leaves also, you have to reserve some, right? Because 6 days is not enough. Suddenly your kid falls sick, or suddenly take urgent leave, all that. So for me, kids can lah, but maybe...
I mean, there's this insurmountable goal. You cannot ask the parents, then, 你这个 like, 如果他 take out too much of your time, what? 丢掉 man? Cannot what?
Dog also cannot 丢掉 what?
Correct, but the thing is, dog got shelf life one, right? With all due respect, it will live to a point where it is basically like an elder, then it will pass. That time scale is infinitely shorter.
Your kid can
than
pass too.
I mean, 衰垂的话，出去也是啦。But 讲 like live to full age, right? The kid is gonna outlive the pet. And like I identify very strongly with what you say in the beginning. It's just that, the time span is 你可以收一个，你可以 do whatever you need to do, and then eventually when it passes, you can always get one more. And I don't think we can compare initial adoption cost of a kid to a dog. It's not the
one
same.
You give birth already, how much?
Then 你生出来 right， 你不可以讲 OK， 这个 baby 坏，我 send 回 trainer。
Send 回肚子。
You cannot return to sender.
Send back to womb.
You cannot return to sender. Whereas like the dog, if let's say it's not good, okay, you can send to.
But some people just have this whole family thingy in them. They just want to start a family.
True lah. I mean, okay, if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. Because your mind is set in the right place. You're gonna go through even if you're broke, right? But in the terms of like just fiscal kind of situation versus like emotional and time spent, like a kid will always be like the biggest decision you make in your life, because your role fundamentally changes from human to parent. Because now we call it poor parents, it's cute, right? But at the end of the day, you can see the end of when you stop becoming a poor parent. You cannot, no, you will never stop being a parent. 你一脚进棺材 already, you're still a parent. You still have to do estate planning. It is what it is. What?
Yeah, but I guess also just one more point is that I thought was interesting was because the article, I mean, only in these times then we start to receive these kind of articles. Like, people wanting to have more pets or wanting to have pets rather than having children. It's only during this period. So I was just wondering, like, why only during this time where people start
the social media influence also, right? Because you start seeing people travel, like no liabilities at home waiting for them. If it's a dog, I mean, depends on which country you are. Like the Ang Mohs, they always travel around the dog. Looks so nice, so cool. No strings attached. You can bring your dog everywhere. You still go to school, they can follow you everywhere. But comparatively, if you are a mom, you will feel something if you go travel for 2 months.
Yep.
Of course, I love my dogs, but I feel if I were to travel for 2 months, I won't feel as bad as leaving a human child at home for 2 months. Got difference who on earth will look after your child for 2 months?
So do you think that it is because people nowadays don't like the idea of having responsibility or that level of responsibility?
I think it's more of freedom. It's not responsibility.
Yeah.
They like the freedom as and when I can do whatever I want. No strings attached, no nothing. I just do what I want. I mean, the dog, how much attention? Honestly, people always think, dogs need a lot of attention. My dog is sleeping all the time.
Yeah.
Only when I'm home, they entertain me for a while. Then they're off to do their own thing, sleeping again. Yeah, so you probably have to walk them once, twice a day. Then they are contented. But if you're talking about a human child, you have enrichment to do, teach them new skills, teach them how to talk. I mean, dogs will teach them tricks very fast. In 3 months, you can teach.
My favorite thing is, right, you never have to tell the dog, you bring the dog to Chinese New Year, your auntie won't ask, when your dog getting married?
It's okay.
Right, you bring your child. 你这个几岁了？为什么还放在这个 shelf 这样？不要带出去，等一下没有人讲。
Is it?
No lah, I'm safe. But the funny thing was, right, cause at first my cousin had a dog, so bring the dog. Then every time the dog will just comfortably play with me. Then she every time gonna attack.
Oh.
Then they were like, 我有2个女儿，一个是生的，一个是狗。那个狗好像比较好命这样。
Good, but you don't need to give ang pao, but your dog can receive ang pao.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true.
That's true.
But I think also the fact that, right, information age, right, we now know how much it costs on average to bring up a kid. And
dogs also, you can
correct.
do some math.
That's why when you do the math, right, the wallet damage for a kid is infinitely bigger. Like last time, Ama generation, when they bring a kid, I mean, never mind lah, you today never eat some dirt lah, you nothing to play, go and play some dirt lah. They can always like skip some, so it doesn't feel as much or as expensive. But now you can compare that.
Oh, expensive.
I buy one child is 1.5 house.
You buy one child?
Literally, imagine lah, okay, you transact the amount that will like be your wallet damage for a kid to grow up to be like adult, right? I can buy a house. Bro, I cannot guarantee whether the kid will pay me back, no. But if I buy my property now, I sell it 21 years, maybe confirm got money, no.
Different, your objective is different.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not like I'm siding people who want kids, no, but I think it's the objective.
Correct.
As in, you want them as retirement plan, no way. Like, you can invest your money, do something else is better.
Correct.
You cannot guarantee, even if you treat your kids very, very well, they might not grow up to look after you. It is truth, hard truth. Then it's really for you feel like you're ready to bring a good human to this world, then do it. I think need a lot of sacrifice and courage, actually.
Your mindset must be correct.
It's like you're so weita, no? You bring this person up without expectation. It's really without expectation. You enjoy their company. You just enjoy watching them grow.
Yep.
After they grow to a certain age, bye-bye, they are with their friends already. My cousin was telling me, my kids used to everything they will look for me. And suddenly when I turn 16, it becomes there's a new movie, can you give me money?
Empty nest syndrome.
I will go and do my own things. Now I have friends already. I no longer need you. When I'm young, everything I need you. Then now they have their own friends. Then what do you do next? You still spend time, but lesser. Then you have to find things to fill up your own void, right? Then is it a good trade-off? I think she will say yes. She enjoy, but can I enjoy the same? I don't know. I enjoy a lot of the dogs.
To each your own lah.
It's a very insider thing. Like, until you experience it, right, you will always just see it face value, bro. 1 million versus 几千块. There's no reason for me to do that. Experiences aside, because some people will swear by their pets that it is the same. right? Some people will, and they're just like, it's the same as the kid with like less problems. And my counter argument as a devil advocate is because you didn't have a child yet, you cannot compare the experience.
Yeah.
But I can also understand when they send me the Excel. Yep, nope, this checks out. Yeah, this is definitely the correct decision because it is. Because unfortunately, we still live in a world where money tells you a lot of things, and you don't want to be caught in a situation where, let's say, you have a child and you don't have money to pay for medication, and that is, I'm sorry to say, but 自己找的哈，right? 是你自己要的嘞，then 你自己生的。You made so many decisions of yes until that point, right? It is your choice. But I'm not saying that the like dogs' health problem not real. I'm just saying that in comparison of like the amount of money you need to spend to make sure they go back to the best that they can, it's obviously a lot different.
For human, then you have more things to factor.
Correct.
Even the education, academics aspect.
Correct. I don't know. There was once I was watching this stand-up comedian and he was like, you know why I want to have a pet? Because my dog cannot get COVID. And I was, yeah.
I thought can.
The chances of them getting
Very
is
low,
very,
actually.
very low.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, imagine I have a wife. 她每天出去做工，她有 chance 带 COVID 回来，我那个狗乱去跑，她去 lick 地板都没有事嘞。然后我回来还可以暖那个 dog. You understand what? And I think there is some merits to it because we cannot really compare directly. I feel lah, right? It's different. The kind of emotion that you get back because, like what you say, the children right, 16岁人 will have friends. The dogs will also have friends, but at the point of time,
friends,
right?
They only meet the friends when you bring them
Yeah,
there.
correct. at the point of your choosing, you are their whole world. It's a different kind of emotional connection.
Yeah, so it's really just cannot really be compared lah. But I guess because people like to do this kind of comparison lah. Because I mean because pets versus children has been a thing for quite a while already.
No, ding wet dual income, no.
Oh yeah, dual
ding
income, no kids.
Yes, no kids.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that thing going on
with a
now.
dog. With a dog is WAD. That's why it's ding wet.
Oh.
Ding whack.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So nowadays there's all these trends going on. That's why I thought it would be interesting to have a conversation on this lah. Okay, so anyway, to wrap up the podcast for today, right? As an experienced pet owner, what advice do you have for new or aspiring parents?
So for friends who always come to me and ask me, should I have a dog? Should I have a dog? Really, the number one, I think very little people say this, but don't choose a dog based on the looks. That's the number one mistake people make. I really like a corgi. I really like a border collie. Different dogs have different energy level. You can't be a very noir couch potato, then you want a crazily active dog. Like Shiba, is very active. Border collie is very active and highly intelligent. You must choose a dog that is suitable for your lifestyle. I mean, of course, their looks is what you like. It's a bonus lah. But if it's not a dog that suits your lifestyle, it will be very tiring for you to suit your dog's lifestyle. You imagine you so noir, you only want to walk 10 minutes. Your crazy dog needs 4 hours of exercise. Then it becomes a very dreading thing. You go home, sian, I need to walk my dog. My dog is like crazy, after 3 hours of walk, still very high. Then people start complaining. That's why people start abandoning pets. Yeah, looks cute. You always see the very cute breed always up for adoption. Is it because people have too much money, they just buy for fun, they give away? No, they also thought that, no problem, all dogs are the same, but they are not the same. Doesn't mean the bigger the dog is, the more active it is also. So it's like, then some people just say, I want the furry one. Then you don't add into cost like grooming. Are you going to shower your dog yourself? So all these things is like people always neglect, right? Then the second thing I can think of is you must be prepared. You can't expect, my dog's going to die in 13 years, so I count. My family planning start in 13 years time, so I keep a dog now. Your dog can outlive that. Right? You never know. Can be 7, maybe 13. I know dogs that pass away at 23. A small dog lah, but you need to think ahead. Like, then your next partner like dogs or not, you don't know, right? Then are you going to choose someone who like, or are you going to give out your dog because your new partner doesn't like animal? Or what is the trade-off? You will reject your partner or you will reject your dog, or you make sure they get along well together. So after considering that, if you really think that you can go long term, my most painful thing is knowing that most dogs in Singapore, they don't live in a house from young until they die. Somehow I think most of them are at least rehomed once. When they are young, they are very naughty, they get rehomed. So all these things, and also energy level, I spoke about it, right? You can still have your dream breed, But maybe you adopt one that is a bit older.
Mm-hmm.
I can want a border collie. I can get an 8 years old border collie. Maybe it matches my lifestyle. You can't be two working adults that can't work from home. Then you bring home a puppy that needs training, toilet training. So all these things you need to plan. Can you take 2-3 weeks of leave, train the puppy at the initial stage? Most people, they don't do. Then they do the convenient way. They pay money for other people to train. If you are willing, sure. But is the bonding there? I don't know. Because I really spend a lot of time on the dogs when they first come home. I'll make sure, even the second one that I bring home, I went down to the shelter for almost 2 months every single weekend just to walk him with my existing dog to let them get used to each other. So bringing a dog home is really lifelong decision. I mean, at least for the dog's lifespan, it's their lifelong lah. Okay, then you must plan ahead, foresee what is to come. Because most people, they don't even realize that going overseas, then you start panicking for a dog. You want to go overseas 1 week before you come and ask me, where can I keep my dog? I tell, it's very expensive, some more so last minute. You might not even find a place that can take in your dog. So a lot of all these costs that people don't factor in, then they just realize, maybe a dog is not suitable for me. But by then, you have already done the damage to the dog. So might as well just think carefully. Choose a dog based on your personality and lifestyle first. Maybe you shortlist the breeds lah. Then you see which one you think is the cutest. If not, I will always vote for Singapore Specials. You can choose a nua one, really. Their character is quite different. I have one that is very nua and one that is very active. So it's possible lah, but you get an adult, the character is quite formed already. So when you go to a shelter, you like active one, then you take the active senior lah. Or don't need to be very senior. 4-year-old, there's also active one. There's also a 4-year very calm dog. So at least you choose one that is the same, then the behavior character is there. Maybe it's easier for you. Maybe toilet training, you need a bit more effort. But other than that, in general, I would say it's easier for a first-time owner.